As you probably know by the title of this video, I'm going to teach you how to animate nunchucks on Flip a Clip using the easiest method possible. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's dive right back to animating nunchucks might be complicating, but I have a simple trick to make it easier for even a beginner to animate with ease. First, you would need to animate the stickman making the moves. Simply put, animate the stickman fighting without weapons in his hands. First, you start off animating the stickman making the moves. Because I didn't want to make this video too long, I skipped the part where I animated the moves, since the main video is about animating nunchucks. Before I got into the part where we animate the nunchucks, I added heads to the stickman. Now for the main part of the video, the nunchucks. I'll drop a couple of tips while animating, so be sure to take note of them. The first thing I'm going to do is to draw a single handle of the nunchucks and then add it in frame by frame. Be sure to have various layers for the nunchucks, one above and one below. This helps generally to place the handles and make them appear like the stickman is actually holding them. You know, learning animations don't have to be hard. You can always learn at your pace and upskill as time goes on. And that's exactly what the sponsor of today's video helps accomplish, Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives. Whether you're into 2D animation, illustration, video editing, or storytelling, Skillshare has thousands of classes tailored for you. And what I love most about Skillshare is that you can learn at your own pace, no matter your skill level. If you've been watching my videos, you can tell that my full body drawing skills need work. Recently, I've been taking this class called How to Improve Your Figure Drawing Step by Step by Robert Marzullo, and it has helped me improve my drawing skills to a decent level. This month, Skillshare's theme is about cultivating a daily art habit because real progress happens one step at a time. So whether you're sketching daily or animating weekly, it's the perfect time to join in and grow with a creative habit. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive 20% off their first year of Skillshare, so get started today. Thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. On the parts where I added in the handle on the layer above the stickman, I went back in to clean some part off, so it appears like the stickman is actually holding the handles. Next thing I did was to add in the second handle on another layer. I drew it on the first frame, then copied and pasted it in various frames just like the first. Another tip when adding in the nunchucks is to leave some frames without the nunchucks. Eventually you'll go back to those frames and animate the nunchucks rotating or being swung. If you still don't understand, just keep watching the video to understand what I mean. Another tip is to animate the smears where necessary, especially at parts with fast motion, like when the nunchucks are being swung. Next, we animate the chain between the handles. This part can make or break your animation, so be sure to animate it properly. Now at those parts we left blank, we'll animate the nunchuck swinging. Earlier in the video, I told you to leave some parts blank. This was the reason why I did. Basically, we just animate the rotating nunchucks at this parts. Be sure to do them in sync with the moves of the stickman. Now since this part takes a bit of time, enjoy the short time lapse of the animation. You'll notice I use a lot of smears in the animation. This is simply to show the blur motion at fast parts of the animation. If you want to learn how to animate motion blur, I have a simple tutorial on it. Be sure to check the tutorials playlist. At this part where the stickman retracts the nunchucks, I animate both the chain and the second handle swinging back into his hands. Alright, now enjoy this short time lapse of the chain animation. After I finished with the animation, I went on to draw in a simple background. I then exported and edited the video to give this final result. That's all for this tutorial. I hope it was easy enough for you to learn. Be sure to check out other tutorials here. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next video.